Alright everyone, welcome back to another Outlast 2 video. Today guys, I will be talking about the baby. Now before I start, this is a very spoiler heavy video, so be aware of that before you watch it. So let's get right into it. So guys, is the baby fake? Is it real? Or is it planted? Now I've got a few theories that I'm going to go over. And please below in the comments let me know what you think of these theories. But in the previous video I made a suggestion that the baby was planted within her. Now this is going to be theory number one. I'm going to go into theory number two if the baby is fake, not even there. But this theory is that when Lynn went away to Noth, the cult, the first cult, they made her, they did things to her, really bad things. And you can tell that because he's in pain. But then she goes to the heretic group. And the heretics are like these zombies in a way. And if you notice something, when you find her again with the heretics, she has a baby all of a sudden, which she shouldn't have. And I believe that they planted the baby in her. Because if you think about it, she was hurting, she was in pain, she was dying. There was blood all over her like that. She was a mess, basically. And when she had the baby at the end of the game, the umbilical cord was already cut. All of that was already done with, So I believe that they planted the baby in her to make her the mother, because the heretic group was calling her the mother and you the father. So I believe they already had a baby somewhere. Probably one of them. I don't know which one, or we don't really know that. But I believe they planted it in her to make her the mother. Because you got to think of how crazy this whole game is. The experience of it. It's crazy. And I was actually looking at the comments in the last video. And they're like, dude, this game is messed up. And I was like, it really is. It's a messed up game. But this is theory number one, guys. My theory. How this baby could truly be planted in her. That's crazy. Now, theory number two is if the baby isn't even real. Now, this is some good evidence, but I don't know how it ties into this. So, first off, you gotta think. Lynn, when she went away to the heretics, when they took her, supposedly she was underneath ground in the mine shaft, 800 feet underground for the whole game, for about 7 hours. So that must mean that she did not get the full effect of the brainwashing mind control station by Murkoff. But Blake, Noth, and all of them, they did get this full-on effect because they were always above ground, so they got hit the most. So that made them believe that the baby was real and stuff, and all of this crazy stuff. And when she gave birth, she said, there's nothing there, and if you look at the baby itself, there was no shadow. Blake's hands had a shadow on them on the ground, but the baby had no shadow, no outline, and nothing. And when you're holding it in front of her, she was like, there's nothing there, and she just dies. Which means that she didn't see nothing, and she kind of gained, her mind a little bit, while Blake and Noth lost it still. I don't know. Another thing to go with this theory is in Outlast 1, the wall rider, the main boss or whatnot, he would make women pregnant by just going into them, but the women would give fake pregnancies, but they would die shortly after. Now this is a good theory, but the thing is, the wall rider was not around, or was it around? You gotta think about this for a second. In the lake, oh dude, this is a great theory. I just thought about this. Something I did not think about. Wow, okay, so if you think about the lake, if you go in the lake, you get pulled down, but by what? And the lake is where the station is at. Oh, dude, it could be real. What if the lake monster is the wall rider, like a different version of him, and somehow it made Lynn fake pregnant, and it made everyone believe that she's pregnant, like Blake or Noth? That's a good theory. But if it's not, the wall rider, he's not even around. And depending on where Lynn was at, it wouldn't make sense, like at all, that she would just got a fake pregnancy from the wall rider and the Murkoff Corporation. We don't know that for sure. Probably DLC later on you play as Lynn, but That's a good theory. That's a great theory. Those are two big theories where the baby was planted in her by the heretics to act or make her the mother. Because you gotta think the pain, umbilical cord already cut, her dying, because that's pretty big. Pretty big indeed. The next thing is the baby could be just fake, because she was underground, she didn't believe it. Blake Noth was above ground, you know, all that. Third theory was the baby's real, and whenever Blake went into a flashback, it was like months in advance, and over the course of the game, 8 months took place, you know, as he was already pregnant and all this stuff. So that's theory number 3, but that's just that's, I don't know, there's no really evidence to prove that one, so I'm just gonna throw that in there just for a quick one, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed that video. I don't make it too long for you. You gotta get going, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please, in the comments, let me know what theory you think is true, because I know how there's all these other videos talking about stuff, but you gotta think, this is Outlast 2. This is Outlast. This is a very crazy game and a messed up game, and they'll do anything to get the biggest, like, gross out ever, if you think about it, or like just making you cringe. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe with that button down below, guys. Show some support for the channel. And as always, this has been 2x2, and I'll see ya next time.